Today we're taking a look at the top 5 comps for you to play in patch 13.19. Up first we have the Enlightened Ones 2.0, which uses a full Ionian and Vanquisher team with Xayah as your main carry and Shen as your main tank. The full comp uses Xayah, Shen, Ahri, Nilah, Darius, Ashe, Sett and Jhin, and if you manage to get an emblem to activate 6 of each trait, you will struggle not to get first place. To do this more consistently, we definitely recommend going for the Earth Legend in this one. This is a default leveling comp which plays around level 7 to find your 4 cost carries Xayah, Shen and Nilah, as well as stabilising by 2-starring your board before hitting level 8 to lock in your full comp and bring in the 5 cost unit Ahri. For items, you want to get Xayah's ones ready as soon as you can, with Deathblade, Rageblade and Guardbreaker being ideal. Then you want to gear up Shen with an Evan Shroud for the Sunders and a Crown Guard and Warmogs too for tons of shielding and face tanking. After that you can throw everything AP onto Ahri and attack speed onto Nilah, as alongside their emblems this is all they need to bring even more damage to this already high damage board. For augments, it's all about a Vanquisher or Ionia Heart's Crest or Crown, so make sure you grab one of these if you do get the chance. Strong combat augments like scoped weapons or trait specific ones like Sentinel Spirit or Stolen Vitality are also fantastic ones to take here. Up next we have Boss Blades, which is actually fairly similar to the previous comp we just mentioned, with a few little shifts and changes to unit priority and playstyle. Sett will be your main tank in an Ionian heavy board alongside the low cost Vanquisher carries Ashe and Jhin as your damage dealers. The rest of your comp includes Shen, Xayah, Darius and Karma. For the legend to play, we'd recommend going for Earth again for the same reason, or Caitlyn to get the right 2-starred units nice and early on. This one is a slow roll comp though, that focuses on 3-starring your 2-cost carries Sett and Ashe and your 1-cost Ionian Jhin at levels 5 to 6 before pushing to higher levels to complete your board. Oh, and if you do see that boss augment early on, then this comp is an absolute no-brainer. For items, Sett wants big bad tanky choices like Bramble Vest and Dragon's Claw alongside a redemption for extra sustain. Your main damage carry Ashe wants a Deathblade and Last Whisper alongside that Ionia emblem, and then Jhin also wants tons of AD with Deathblade, Rageblade and Giant Slayer. Augments are by far the most important thing in this comp though, and if you secure the boss augment you will find it pretty hard not to win with this comp. Aside from that, any Ionia or Vanquisher Heart's Crest or Crown are also fantastic here too, just like the last comp we mentioned, as these two trait pairings just have ridiculously strong synergy. Earth's Ancient Archives will help you get Ashe's Ionia emblem easier too, and apart from that, any reroll augments like Golden Ticket will help you hit easier and win streak harder than ever before. Next we have our Guns Out comp back again in set 9.5, but this time a little bit different. This uses a full gunner backline with Aphelios as your main carry, and Sejuani leading the frontline as your main 4-cost tank. The full comp uses Aphelios, Sejuani, Gangplank, Echo, Jace, Jinx, Vi and Graves. And for the legend to play, we'd recommend just going for the good old Poro to keep your options pretty open. This is a default comp which wants you to lose streak early on with Piltover and save up gold until you hit level 7 where you'll roll and find your main carries Aphelios and Sejuani. You'll 2-star your board here to stabilise, or you can just rush straight to level 8 to lock in your comp and take home the win. For items, you want to gear up Jinx as an early item holder for Aphelios with IE, Rageblade and Last Whisper being his best options. Then it's all about Sejuani with pure tank items in Bramble Vest, Declaw and Redemption again. After that you can throw any leftovers onto anyone you like really, with Gangplank being the most obvious choice as he can build such a huge variety of components. For augments, the highest priority will be a Gunner Heart's Crest or Crown to put onto your Echo. Alternatively, you can also take a Freljord Heart or Soul to add some utility alongside Sejuani later on. Dueling Gunners is also one that is made for this comp because you run with 6 Gunners in the full comp and that attack speed will seriously slap. Other item options like You Have My Bow and You Have My Sword can also be excellent choices, so make sure you load up your carries with the right items. The Invokers are well and truly back this patch, and here is our new and improved Casta La Vista comp. This one uses a flexible mix of Invokers and Bastion units with the 3-cost units Karma and Neeko as your main carries. The full comp also brings in Shen, Taric, Kassadin, Soraka and Melio. And for the legend to play, the Poro is the best choice here. This comp is a slow roll comp which plays around level 7 to roll and hit your 3-cost carries 3 stars. The priority here is definitely Karma and Neeko as your main source of damage and your main tank, but it's also pretty flexible too, as you can go for Taric here as well if it's not being contested. For items, your focus is all about AP and mana items ready for your Karma later on, with Archangels, Gunblade and Gauntlets being the ideal 3. Alongside that, you want to load up your Neeko with tank items in Bramble Vest, Titan's Resolve and a Bloodthirster. Make sure you've also got an Ionic Spark on one of your frontliners too, and don't forget to keep slamming defensive choices onto any of your other frontliners in Shen, Taric or even Kassadin too. For augments, an Invoker Heart's Crest or Crown will be massive here, allowing you to play this comp to its full potential but also making it more flexible too. If you come across an Ix-style Heart or Soul, this also is a great choice. Aside from those traits, +1s and emblems, Loving Invocation or Stellicorn's Blessing are incredibly strong here, as these will boost up at least half of your board significantly. Rerolling augments like Golden Ticket can also be huge here, so don't pass up on the opportunity for this one if you do come across it. Finally, our last comp of the day is our Noxus Rolls comp, which uses Samira, Swain and Mordekaiser as your main carries. You'll use a mix of traits alongside Noxus like Challenger units and Neferi and Warwick, but the best part of this comp is you can play it several different ways depending on what's contested. The full comp includes Samira, Swain, Mordekaiser, Neferi, Cassiopeia, Darius and Warwick. And for the legend to play, we'd recommend Lee Sin to hit those rerolls or Caitlyn for the stars or board to secure those 2-star units nice and early on. This is a slow roll comp that wants you to stay as low level as possible to hit your Samira and Cassiopeia 3-starred before then leveling up to 6 and rolling for Swain and Neferi 3-star too. If you are being too heavily contested though, you can push past those lower levels and look to secure higher cost units instead by using 3 or 4 cost Noxus units as your carries instead, but still prioritising Mordekaiser either way. For items, you want to load up Samira with a blue buff and then a combination of BT and Edge of Night or Infinity Edge and Giant Slayer. Then you want to start loading up Swain with as many defensive options as possible, with the best ones being Crown Guard, Protector's Vow and Stoneplate. Neferi loves a ton of AD with some Deathblades, but a Thief's Gloves is an efficient way to go as well. Then all that's really left now is your late game carry Mord, and as long as he's got an RFC and a Jeweled Gauntlet, he will definitely pop off. For augments in this one, a Challenger or Noxus Heart Crest or Crown makes this comp even easier to play and a bit more versatile too. Reroll augments like Lee Sin's Training Reward or Money 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 can also be great augments to go for too. And then there's also the Noxus or Challenger specific augments Total Domination or Defensive Dash. That brings us to the end of our top 5 comps for you to play in patch 13.19. Don't forget to download Mobalytics and use our in-game overlay to see all the best items, comps and guides to help you climb in Sett 9.5. Thanks for watching guys, and as always, take care.